Today, we're going to continue our discussion about PE stations. We have talked about them before, but we're going to enhance our knowledge base of PE stations. It's a great tool to allow you to do assessments of your student skills. While students are rotating around to different stations, you can assess students' skills at one of the stations and making it much more manageable than trying to access an entire class at once. Use some different resources, PE stations, and videos. This is exploring PE Station 6 awesome PE station activities. They have a packet you can download. You set up the stations, explain, divide your class into 6 groups, then give them time to practice, and then have them actually rotate. This is hockey, tapping through hurdles.
For this station, you're going to hit the ball through as many hurdles or gates as you can. So you can see there's hurdles and pairs of cones around the area. Using small touches with the ball, you're going to hit the ball through or underneath the hurdle and then go to another one. You get 1 point for every time you get the ball through a gate or hurdle. So here we go. Staying low and small touches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you keep going as quick as you can to get as many points. Make sure you check out my Exploring Skill Stations pack, where you'll have access to 60 of the best skill stations that you can set up in your sports hall, and you can have the kids rotate round after about 6 to 8 minutes at each station. So they'll be able to work on their striking, moving, bouncing, throwing, catching, and kicking skills, and it's gonna make it so easy for you to teach PE. You'll also get access to a video for every single station. So every single station that's in the pack, you'll be able to view online, private to you on YouTube, so you can show it to your students and you can see exactly what the station looks like.
And here's more information of how. This is for Halloween. They got 2 benches, 3 witch hats, and bean bags. They give you the directions. And this one is called Get Across the Bench.
At this bench station, you can see I've got taller cones on the bench. You're going to carefully walk across the bench without touching or stepping on the cones. So here we go. You can use your arms to balance. Carefully step over the cones. You get 1 point every time you go to the end without touching the cones. You can then walk back, and on your next go you can try a different way. Maybe you can walk sideways this time. Walking sideways, careful not to touch the objects on the bench. You can use your hands to balance. And that's that bench station. Thanks for watching this skill video.
This is called Bounce into the Buckets.
For this station, you're going to be practicing your bouncing. Okay, so you're going to be bouncing your ball into the buckets. So starting anywhere behind the cones around the outside with the ball, you can use a soft rubber ball or a basketball. It's going to bounce and try and land it in the buckets. Here we go. With one hand, step and bounce. And I just missed. We'll go again. You get 1 point if you get it in. There we go. I got it in that time. I get 1 point. Make sure you throw and bounce from behind the cones. make sure you check out my Exploring Skill Stations pack, where you'll have access to 60.
This one is called throwing hoops over cones.
At this station, you're going to have a hoop each, and there's going to be some targets for you to throw to. So from behind this line of cones, with your hoop, you're going to try and toss the hoop to get it to land over a tall cone over there. If your hoop lands over a tall cone, you get 1 point for yourself. So here we go. From behind the cones, it's kind of like you're throwing a frisbee. Try and land it over a cone. I landed on a cone, I get 1 point. Make sure the area is safe, no one else is throwing. You can pick up your hoop and come back to the start, and then you can throw again. Maybe try and get another one that's further back. So here we go, I'm gonna go for the deep one now. It didn't land on the cone, or didn't stay there, so I didn't get a point. Thanks for watching this skill.
Hey everybody, today we are going to be doing fitness centers, okay? Using the cards that have numbers on them, obviously. Okay, so the rules are of this game, you've played it before. One leader from your group will come and get a card. Each team will have one leader to run to get your card, who will be the collector of the cards. The cards will be placed in the center here, so the leader will come from their station to collect, okay? Station number 1 is the dancing station. So in this station, we will not be collecting cards. You're going to push play and reset the video once you arrive here. And when the music stops, you're going to push pause, reset the video, and wait till we rotate for the next group. Then we're going to rotate to station number 2. Station number 2, these are our hurdle jumps. All right? So hurdle jumps, if I'm the team leader, and the music starts, I'm going to run out. I'm going to go get a card. I get a card. Oh boy, watch out. I get a card, and it is number 8. Okay? So it is the card number 8, and then you will bring it to your group and say, team, I've got to do 8 cards. You put the card down, and you will do 8 hurdle jumps. 1, 2. You could do sideways. You could do it front ways. 1, 2, or you can do step overs like this, okay? Step overs, making sure both feet go over the hurdle. The leader at the end will return all the cards, okay, and tell me what your score is. Station number 3 is pickleball station. You're gonna come here, grab a ball. The leader will run out, get a card. If the card says 5, you will do 5 pickleball hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the group must complete 5 pickleball hits. If it hits the ground, that's okay. 1, 2. If it hits the ground, you pick it back up. 3, 4, 5. That will count as 5 hits. Okay, you'll put your paddle back, your ball back when it's ready to rotate. Station number 4 is line taps. Okay, you're going to start at the wall. Each time you go to a line, so we're going to this cone green line. 1, you run back. 2, touch the wall. 3, touch the line. 4, touch the wall. 5, touch the line. If that card was 5, that's how many we do. The next station, number 5, is going to be core. All right, we're going to be doing Mason twist or Russian twist and or the regular sit-ups. Here's the twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, or if you want, you can do the regular sit-up. 1, 2, 3. Okie dokie. Station number 6, our jump ropes. You'll take your jump rope. The leader will go get a card. Everybody in the group must complete the number. If it's 3, then we go like this. 1, 2, 3. The leader goes and runs and gets a card, comes back and shows the group how many we do. The leader must also do the amount that's on the card. After this, since you guys are going to be starting to use heart rate monitors this year, we have our finger monitors right here that you maybe have seen in the doctor's office. Here's how it works. Looks like an alligator clip, okay? So you just gently push it open, and it'll open just like an alligator mouth. This side is not, do not stick your finger in this side. Okay, that doesn't work, that's where the spring goes. You open the clip gently. You put your finger in it and just rest it. It's not very tight, all right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come over here, put your hand on the table. You're going to put the monitor on your finger. You're just gonna push the button. That's all you gotta do, and it'll do it by itself. Sometimes it takes up to 10 seconds to read your heart rate, and I'm just gonna be patient and rest. It's working. You'll see little dots go up and down, and my heart rate right now looks like 73. Okay? So you'll be able to see that number. All right? Once you're done with that, you're going to write your score on this sheet of paper right here. You're going to write your name and your score of what your heart rate was on here, so you can compare your heart rate to everybody else, and we can get a class average. Station number 8, these are super squat jumps. Okay, so there's a card in case you forget. Super jumps. You're going to come here. You're going to come, boom, touch your knees. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's how you do the super jumps. Your feet must come off the ground. So that's it for the card game. So make sure that we're all working as hard as we can and making sure when the music stops, we're putting the equipment back before we rotate.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time to save on exclusive decor, accent pieces, and other seasonal must-haves from Hobby Lobby. Shop in-store or online today.
This is for my dear friend Christina Fuller. She uses a cookie sheet, but I thought, why not just use the tub lids that I have for equipment? So I've got 4 of these, one for each group, and then a tennis racket. She used a spatula with the beanbag, but again, I was trying to save some money, so I just used a tennis racket. You could use a ping pong paddle, pickleball paddle, any type of paddle that you use in class. And so one person stands on the black line, and they're using the cookie sheet and trying to catch the beanbag when it comes to them. The second person puts the beanbag on the tennis racket, and they are flipping it to their partner. So it looks like this. They flip it up in the air, and our partner would try to catch it. So I think this one's gonna be a fun one, called Cookie Exchange. So this station is called Sleigh Rides. And so you will have one partner that is the reindeer, and they are holding the pool noodles, okay? And then you have another student that is sitting, we have them sit crisscross on the scooter, and so they are holding the end of the rein here. And we are walking. We don't allow them to run just because our scooters are super fast, but they walk down around the cone and back. And so they are pulling this sleigh like this. Super fun. The kids love it. It tends to get a little out of control, I will admit, if they do start running. So just be cautious of that, but this is a fun one called Sleigh Rides. So for our younger kids, we don't do sleigh rides. Instead, we switch it around and add a bucket. You could also put a laundry basket on top. We trade out the shorter noodles for one long one, tuck it in the side, and now you have a shopping cart. And the first person goes down, goes all the way down, picks up one toy and puts it in their basket, brings it back, and puts it in their hoop, and they collect as many toys as they can. They love it. So, shopping spree. So this station is called Elf Dice Yoga. So all of the groups will have a paper like this. They roll the dice. One person is the timer. If you don't have timers, you can always have them count to 10 or watch the clock. and they simply roll the dice and do the yoga pose. I will have these linked in the comments of this video. It's a free download, so use it, and hope your kids enjoy the elf yoga. So this one's called Snowball Fight. You could call it something else, just snowball throw if you want, but each group will be in line behind their spot, and they will throw from their spot. They get 3 shots, 3 snowballs to try to knock down the snowman bowling pin. I will tell you that we will decorate the snowman to look a little cuter. We also have some snowmen that we will hang from the mats up there just to kind of liven up the station a little bit. I also have on my channel, and I'll link it, is some throwing targets that I've used. Instead of throwing at the snowballs, we have the projector going and they're throwing against the wall to the different targets that are winter themed: snowflakes, snowman, penguins, things like that. So I'll link that in the video as well. So this is our snowboarding station, and we did our balance boards. If you have spooner boards, you could do that as well. But we have one partner that simply stands at their cone with the timer, and it's a 30-second timer, and they just turn it upside down while their partner balances on the balance board. When we use the balance boards, we do tell our partner to face out, step on the board, and then kind of balance first, and maybe take one hand away, and then try to balance. So, super fun one where we can incorporate our balance boards a little bit more, and snowboarding. So this game is called Put Up the Tree or Decorate the Tree, and they're simply using the buckets to build a Christmas tree. Now, we have them split up with their partners behind their cone. When the music starts, they take one bucket down, they run down to the line, probably about 10-15 feet away, and they start building that lower level. We use 12 buckets on the bottom level, and then tell them they can just go up as they want. If they end up using all the buckets before our time is up in that station, we simply have them run down, get a bucket, bring it back, and then even out the stacks here at the start line. So that helps us be ready for the next station as well in their cleanup, because this seems to be the one that takes the longest to clean up, so that is always very helpful too. And they really love the buckets. If you don't have the SpeedStacks buckets, you can use the SpeedStacks cups. You can also use solo cups or plastic cups, and it's called Decorate the Tree. We are doing some cardio drumming, and if you haven't ever done that in your PE class, I highly suggest it. We use noodles and the buckets from Lowe's, and they simply follow the routine that will be on the screen. So I think they're going to enjoy this one. We will just do like a happy dance or some fun cardio drumming that I find on YouTube, and I will link that one as well in the comments. So, cardio drumming.
I thought those were very creative holiday PE stations, and I hope that if you teach PE in a health class, you will integrate those into your lessons. Now we're going to look at some jump stations in an elementary PE class.
I wanted to talk to you guys about one of my favorite things that I do during Heart Health Month, which is jump stations. Now, I don't know if y'all guys know this about me, but Heart Health Month means so much more to me because I'm actually a heart patient myself. That's right, I had heart surgery when I was 23, and I promise you it has changed my life for the better. And so I really talk to my students a lot about heart health. And the good thing about this month, these activities, is they not only get to talk about it, but they get to truly feel it. So at the beginning of class, put our hands on our hearts. We try to feel them. We teach them the carotid. We teach them the radial. It's pretty neat experiment as well. But talk about your heart, size of your fist, how it pumps, blood to the rest of your body. And then you let them feel their hearts before you start the activities. And then we're going to feel our hearts at the end. And what a way for them to be like, wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys through some of my favorite jump stations. And my sweet friend Whitney is going to be my helper today. So she's going to do it for me, and I'm going to explain it. So jump stations, I have about 7 or 8. It depends on the grade level. We put a 2-minute timer on the clock. And the fun thing is you put it on there, you put it on loop. The students rotate on their own. They're independent. You're able to walk around and help. It is an amazing thing. I love stations. They make my heart happy. But what we're concentrating on for this lesson is jumping, hopping, and balance. And how do we put all those things together in various ways using various equipment for them to practice those things while being heart healthy. So let's start out with the ladder. So on the ladder, the goal is to do something different every time you go down the ladder. So you can do jumping, you can do hopping. If one foot gets tired, go to the other foot. You can even hopscotch. Now, when you get done, go all the way back to the beginning because somebody else is going to be going down it. You can do things like jumping out and in. You can go side to side, kind of quick feet, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can turn completely sideways and go kind of a dipsy doodle karaoke type thing. But my challenge for my students is every time they go down the ladder, I want them to do something different. And let me tell you, these kids get super creative. I love it. So we're gonna rotate to our next station. We just got done with the hula hoop unit. So it's a kind of a calmer one, but they're working on balancing, a little bit of rhythm. They can even jump rope with their hula hoops if they want. But, so show them the jump rope. You can do kind of a skipping jump rope. You can do a jump, jump, jump rope. See, they can do that. They can also hula hoop around their arm. They can hula hoop around their neck. They can hula hoop around their bellies. Ooh, show them the skip it. Show them the one around your leg. I love this one. Oh yeah. They can even do the twister timer. You can twist it and exercise while you're waiting on it. You can wait till it kind of falls down, and my kids love to do this. They love to try and jump in it without knocking it down. That was pretty good. That was still pretty good. So all those different things. They can even walk the dog. No perfect, but that's okay. Try it one more time. Put that back spin and it rolls, or it should roll right back to you. But the good thing is it helps that we just finished our hula hoop unit, so they already remember those. So we're like, guys, you remember your hula hoop skills? Yes. We just always tell our students, keep your hula hoops kind of in this space so that, you know, everybody else is in their own personal space as well. We're gonna rotate to our next station. Oh, the balance beam. I love this thing. So on the balance beam, you can tightrope walk one foot in front of the other. Look how she's using her arms for those balance. She can turn. She can walk backwards. You can do some jumps. You can do some jump turns. So many fun things. When you get off, remember it's one at a time on the balance beam, walking back so that you give your friends some space. Now, if you really want some fun, then we can try a cartwheel on the balance beam.
When it comes to citing sources,
Good job, but again, just trying to show the students that there's more than one thing that they can work on these stations. Next, we have our hippity hops. Man, I love these things. So make sure when you do have your hippity hops, we're gonna start on the black line. So you're gonna sit down, 2 hands on the handle, make sure your knees are together. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bounce, bounce, bounce all the way down, give them a defined line to stop at. So we're gonna start at the black line, turn around, and bounce, 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 bounce back. Now, not technically jumping, not technically hopping, but it is a little bit of bounce, a little bit of jumping, a little bit of bouncing, and just plumb fun. We don't get to do these very often, but it's the perfect time to throw in like those fun pieces of equipment that you don't get to use very often, but that the kids love so much, which means they're gonna work very hard to get to use those pieces of equipment. Let's move along. Oh my, the hopscotch mat and a trampoline. So make sure that your students know how to hopscotch when they switch from hopping to jumping, and even stand them up and have them practice with you, okay? If you notice, she is rotating back and forth, switching which leg she is hopping on so that it's not always on your dominant foot. I love it. So let's go down the hopscotch mat. When you see 1 square, 1 foot, 2 squares, 2 feet. And I love how she's taking her time to do it right and not just rushing like sometimes we like to do. And just for fun, we're gonna walk around over there. We're gonna go to the trampoline and we get to jump 5 times. And step back off. It just gives them something. Everybody's kind of busy, everybody's moving, everybody's rolling, and keep on going. Next, a super fun piece of equipment are these balance boards. I think they're called spooners. Oh my word, these things are fun. So you can step on with one foot and step on the other. You can completely balance. You can rock side to side. Ooh, show me a twisty turny. Nice. Those are so fun. You can walk like a duck, side to side. You can do some jumps. So like you can just jump up and down. You can jump and U-turn. Try to turn back. You can jump and see if you can swoop the board. Oh yeah, oh, these things are so fun. And of course the kids are like, I skateboard, watch me. I love it, so fun. Okay, our next station is the long rope. Now we do this one all K through 4. And I really try to, a lot of times I have interns, I'm very fortunate. But what you do is you try to keep one adult there at all times to help them with throwing. So the goal is, you know, probably 2 or 3 students per station. That's why I have so many, to keep the numbers down. Again, it depends on your class sizes. But the fun thing is I have X's for tape for my students to know where to stand. And then I have the lines for my throwers to stand on. So we're going to show you, I know we don't have a jump, but we're going to still show you how we teach jump, and I'll do another video kind of more on long ropes, but let's show them real quick. We're going to go out, in, and over, and anytime somebody accidentally messes up, it's okay. You have the adult there to help them with learning how to throw, and then they always get to practice jumping. So then you'll just switch, and the thrower and the jumper, and so everybody gets chances to throw, and everybody gets chances to jump. Now, for K and 1, they would just rotate to the ladder, and that would be kind of their circle, right? Well, for 2, 3, and 4, we added one more station, and it's the jump sticks. I love these things. It's literally a stick with a rope and a ball. And it's kind of like a skip it, but almost like better. But you make big circles, draw big circles, and jump. You can jump with 1 person, you can jump with 2. Again, that rhythm, that jumping, the balance, I love it all. So those are just some of my jump stations. Not all of them, I have other ideas, but these are kind of the ones that are my favorite. If you notice, some are everybody takes turns, 1 at a time. Some of them are everybody gets to go at the same time. We clean equipment between every class. They Germ-X on their way in, doing the best we can to keep everybody safe while keep them moving and learning. When they're done, 2 minutes at each station. Go on YouTube, find a cool timer, let them hear it. Even if they can't see it, let them hear it. I found, let me see if I can show you that one again. This one is amazing because it goes like do-doom, silence, but not for too long. And then if you click loop, it'll go right back and do it again. Absolutely love it. So the kids hear it and see it and rotate on their own. Guys, that independence while they're moving and learning and independent means that they're more likely to move at home. And isn't that our goal? I hope you guys enjoy. Have fun.
Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music, sing oh, eh, oh. Just move those left feet, go ahead, get crazy. Anyone can do it, sing oh, eh, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the world what you can do, prove to them you got the moves. Hey. I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing, yeah, yeah. And we can do this together. I bet you feel better when you're dancing, yeah, yeah. When you finally let go and you say that solo, 'cause you listen to that music, sing it oh, eh, oh. 'Cause you're
baby. Or sucker with you, you're one and the same. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle has happened tonight. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. Ooh, yeah. It's in my message in the Saturday Sun. I had to tell him I ain't second to none. And I told him about equality, and it's true, you're either wrong or you're right. Yeah. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah.
In the chat box, type what skills are being addressed in these different stations and activities. Are there fine motor skills, and what body systems are they focusing on? Cardio? Type that in the chat. What skills are being addressed as you observe these different stations? Which ones do you like the best, and which ones do you not care for? Why or why not? Now, this is called Pair Skill Stations, and it's on primecoachingsupport.com. And it gives many ideas, and it has a packet that you can, it tells you how to set it up, how to play the game. And they also give diagrams of what it will look like. So that is a good resource to use in teaching PE and health. PE for every kid. It has a lot of information that's archived, and it was set up on Weebly.com as its own website. And it talks about healthy habits. It gives an overview for the week, activity videos, different resources that you can use, information for bulletin boards, what they're doing for this week. He addresses families and parents to come and volunteer in PE. A St. Patrick's activity. And he has activity up here for K2 and another for 3-5. So you can follow him on YouTube. And different challenges, hula hoop challenges that students can do. This is PE for every kid. PE station activities. This is on classroom.synonym.com. It talks about balancing, dribbling, fitness, throwing and catching, and so forth. Boot camp ideas for kids. All right, what are some 5th grade PE activities? Have you had your students do Frisbee golf? Play with bean bags. Horseshoes, I don't think we've talked about that. Horseshoes, team handball, floor hockey, bowling, rock wall climbing, archery, basketball, safe dodgeball, soccer, cooperative games, mini golf, kickball, jump roping, tag games, scatter dance, fitness challenges. Basically, the 4 types of games in PE are invasion territory, net wall, striking, fielding, and target. I don't know, that's supposed to be more online. Integrating ELA with PE. This gives lesson plans for special ed, and it gives activities that you can do like word sort, action word game, beach ball toss. These are different activities you can do with your students in special ed. And it gives very explicit, specific directions